Iyo Sky is in her bag right now. Like honestly, she is risen as a leader of this division.
That booty shaking on the west west, who that?
Now, when the conversation is going on about who is the best wrestler in the WWE, people will pick the names of people that are like the in-ring technicians, people like Seth Rollins, people like Gunther. People may pick some of the more entertaining wrestlers that come with the high drama and the story, the John Cena's and the Roman Reigns and the CM Punks and stuff like that. However, for me, right now, the best wrestler in the WWE is Iyo Sky. I think Iyo Sky is doing some fantastic work, and it didn't just start today. I don't mean just now, people. I'm talking about maybe for the past 6 to 9 months. Iyo Sky has been formidable in the WWE. The performances that she's putting on, and I think it's the trust that she's been given, that you are one of our top stars, top performers, and one of the best that we're going to push in this division. We've had the years of the four horsewomen, and they've disbanded, and some have left the company, and some were, went off to make babies, and this, that, and the other. Like, there's been a whole four horsewomen discourse, and they've had their time in the WWE at the very, very top. And I do still think they have something to offer, but then we've ushered in the new school, the Bianca Belairs, the Rhea Ripleys. They were the next tier down from the Four Horsewomen's era. And then there was kind of a bunch of everyone else. Like, Asuka would kind of be somewhere between the Four Horsewomen and the Bianca Belair tier, and then sometimes drop down. Like, she's had a very kind of funny booking. Iyo Sky was like in the tier under Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley. But within the last 6 to 9 months, she has thrown herself right into one of those positions as one of the leaders of the current crop, one of the leaders of the new school of the women's division. And to an extent, it doesn't surprise me because, Iyo Sky, from her history in wrestling, as her time in Stardom, she was one of the upper ladies in Stardom. When she went over to America, I think she was in Shimmer as well. She was one of those ladies that were kind of coaching and literally led a division of ladies, on those particular products. So now she's kind of finding herself in WWE as a leader, as a champion, and as a formidable champion. It makes sense because she is just putting on great performances, whether it be TV, whether it be pay-per-view. Like, the performance where Iyo Sky beat Rhea Ripley for the women's world title was a great performance, albeit Bianca Belair was somewhat involved. We don't need to even talk about the WrestleMania Night 2 opening match between Rhea Ripley, Iyo Sky, and Bianca Belair. I haven't got a chance to talk about it because I was on holiday when it happened, and I watched it on holiday. However, what a friggin' match. Like, outstanding match of the weekend, like match of the WrestleMania weekend for sure. Like, and Iyo Sky walked in as champion and walked out as champion, and since then she's had a great match on Raw with Stephanie Vaquer. She's had a great match on Raw with Roxanne Perez. Iyo Sky is in her bag right now. Like, honestly, she is risen as a leader of this division. And almost what I think she's doing here is ushering in like a new era of women's wrestler. Now, we had divas and all of that kind of stuff, and we went through a bit of an athletic transition with maybe a Charlotte Flair and a Bianca Belair, and obviously some other women sprinkled around. But right now, Iyo Sky is really shining the light on workers. Like, she is the leader of the workers. And I don't say that to kind of disregard these other women I've mentioned. I'm not saying that, working and wrestling in the WWE begins with Iyo Sky. No. Bianca Belair can work, that's for damn sure. Charlotte Flair can work, that's for damn sure. Rhea Ripley, fantastic wrestler. Bayley is a great wrestler. Becky Lynch tells good stories. Like, these women have been doing all of this stuff, but I just feel like right now, especially where we're in an era where a certain McMahon isn't at the helm anymore and doesn't focus on all these promos and stuff, and we are almost able to tell stories from a point of, okay, she's not gonna be the overly promo kind of person. but she's gonna get in that ring and tell a story, and she's gonna go to damn work. And that's exactly what Iyo Sky is doing, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I think Iyo Sky may be right now one of the most over baby faces in the company. And that's sticking her right next to obviously the names like Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Iyo Sky. Honestly, I think Iyo is right up there. Rhea Ripley, of course, as well. Iyo is up there. People can't get enough of it. You see this? You see this thing right here? People are loving that. People are loving it. And I catch myself watching Iyo, and sometimes when she's doing it, I'm doing this. And now you can see more and more people in the crowd are doing it as well. Iyo Sky is over. Iyo Sky is over, and she's ushering in this new era of women just getting to work and being fantastic wrestlers. Roxanne Perez, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Jordan Grace. Iyo Sky is I don't want to say like she is enabling them to do all of this kind of stuff that they're doing, but when you have your world champion doing it, then others can say, right, I can almost go to work. And maybe, you know, over Iyo's tenure in the WWE, she was previously told by someone before in the back, she has to tone it down and she can't do kind of all the stuff she does, because whether her repertoire has slightly tweaked in recent times and that's why it's just looking as great as it does, or maybe she's just enjoying herself so much she's able to kind of turn it up when she's delivering every single move, you know, and sequence. It just looks a bit more better because she's having a better time. I don't know what it is, but Iyo Sky is in the form of her life right now. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. Now, there's a couple issues. Rhea Ripley is an issue because how long can you keep Rhea Ripley away from the World Championship? I think we have to be very careful here because we don't want the thing of Rhea Ripley is just looming over Iyo Sky and just ready to take the title off her. I think we may have to move Rhea Ripley to SmackDown in the next draft, whenever that is going to be, and that can help Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair kick off their WrestleMania 42 feud, which I think is a given. I think Iyo Sky has to just remain on Raw as like just the top girl, you know. I think you move Charlotte maybe to Raw, and yeah, Charlotte can maybe do some stuff and be a good challenger as well. But I think Iyo Sky, this is her time. While she's in this kind of form, we give her the ball. Well, she's already got the ball. Let her run. Let her run. And I can't wait till the likes of a Kairi Sane returns from injury and we get Kairi Sane maybe versus Iyo Sky. I can't wait till Asuka returns from injury and we get Asuka versus Iyo Sky. Dead Damage Control, like he's done. He's absolutely done. I understand these are her Damage Control partners, but Damage Control is done. Come on. I definitely think, you know, whether it's Roxanne Perez and Julia are going to move up to the main roster and be on Raw. Stephanie Vaquer eventually. This is Iyo's time, man. Give Iyo that run. And what's great, because in the men's division, there is that clear disparity between the WWE Championship and the men's World Heavyweight Championship. In the women's division, that disparity doesn't really exist. There isn't like a massive gulf between the WWE champion and the women's world champion, Iyo Sky. So I think this is definitely Iyo's time to kind of take that belt and run with it and really prove that she is the premier woman in the WWE. I think she's ushering in a whole new time for women's wrestling and putting the workers on the front foot, and I love to see it, and long may it continue. Iyo Sky, let's go, man.